What's going on, people? So, if you happen to watch the video that I made before this one and you watched all the way to the end, you may have heard me fumbling over all my words trying to explain what was going on with this and ultimately just giving up because it seemed easier. Sometimes giving up is the way to go. Don't let anybody tell you different. Anyways, so here we go. Let's try this one more time, right? Mondo. I buy a lot of their 1/6 figures and whatnot, right? I gesture that way as if there's going to be like pictures popping up. There won't be. Just know that there's a bunch of Mondo figures over there. So either way, I buy a lot of their stuff, right? And some time ago, they were trying to get rid of a lot of their records, I suppose, because they had a lot of them just sitting in the warehouse. So what they did was if you either A, spent over $150 on something, they would send you a free mystery box of records, something like this. Or B, you could go on there and you could buy these individually for $50 per box, which I think would give you 3 maybe. I'll figure out when I open this thing up. And if you bought 3 of them, again, for $50, they get you to $150, which meant you got a 4th one for free. So I did that. I did the buy 3, get 1 free, just so I figured, we'll do that. Seems like something people could be into watching. And I wouldn't mind having some records. Sometimes that's a cool thing to have. They look cool, right? But then I also bought a bunch of their Mondo figures. Again, the useless gesture. And got some because of that, right? So here we are talking about these. Cool? Everybody caught up now? So this one right here, I'll have to throw some labeling across the screen or something to say like what these are, because each one had like a category, right? Or a couple categories within that same thing. So I forget which all ones are which. I think this is like a superheroes and something or other, and like I think like the next one is like horror or something, and one of these might be video games. Whatever. There'll be little captions. You know I'm big on the captions, right? Or maybe you don't know that. Maybe this is your first time here, or whatever. So this one is okay, and it's not going to say on there. I'm just going to have to. Okay, this is more than 3. I don't know why. I just figured there was going to be like 3 records in the box. I don't know if they actually said that or if that was just an assumption I made based on nothing at all. So, here we go. This must be a movie one. So, take that off because that's got all my info on it. So, first up, we got Blade Runner, right? What's that say? Blade Runner Black Lotus. So, you know what? I don't know if that's a game or a movie. Because on the back, it says, okay, original television soundtrack. So it's a show. So it was neither, kind of. But whatever. You got this going on here. That's kind of cool, right? It looks cool. I'll give it that. Okay, this is nice. It's the Batman. I didn't really care for that movie. I think I might have done one of my little review things on that. I don't remember when I started doing those, honestly. But whatever. So you got this one. It's the recent Batman movie. I don't know if they're going to do more of those or not, but it should be alright. And this is Dread, which I have not seen, but I've heard good things from somebody at work about it. It's nothing wrong on the back side there. And it just has a nice little Dread thing on the front piece, little hologram shield type of action. And then, what was this? Oh, Shazam. I saw this movie and thought, wow, like if only I could get this time back, right? Which is not possible, but I saw it. And then the second one came out and I saw it and I hated it even more. And I thought to myself, Tristan, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But whatever. And so I will not be seeing Harold in the Purple Crayon. And then finishing off with the Matrix Resurrections. So I'm guessing that may have been the most recent one. I mean, Resurrection makes it sound like it would be the most recent one. I never saw that now that I think about it. And I think I only saw the first 2 Matrixes, and like the first one I didn't really even like. Like everybody was talking about it. I watched it and I'm like, I don't really get it. Then I saw this because I didn't see the appeal. I mean, I get the movie, but I just didn't get it. And so then, like, the second one came along, like, at a time when at work, you know, we were like, I was like, hey, you know, we should shut down work and go see this movie, X-Men 2, or early, you know, because it's coming out. We can leave early. Let's see the movie. And like the guy that was in charge was like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. And I was like, wait, what? So then that became a sort of a regular thing. And so we went once, and which made me feel kind of obligated. And then we went later and saw the Italian Job, went again, and one of the times we went was for the Matrix movie. And I just remember thinking, oh boy. And I was asleep soon into it. I'd wake up every so often like, oh, it's a car chase. Interesting. Yeah, wasn't my thing. And this, I don't know what that is. Buio Omega? Right? Like, so I don't know what this one is. This is looking like the horror one, perhaps? I don't know. Again, I'll have put like some kind of thing across the bottom as far as what these things are. I'm gonna try to keep these things somewhat separated. You know, that's what Offspring would do, right? And okay, Last Night in Soho. I saw the trailer for this and thought, this doesn't look very good. But I heard that apparently it was pretty good. Did anybody actually see this movie and like want to say anything about it? But yeah, I don't know anything more past that. I do know one friend of mine said like something was weird about the ending maybe. And this is My Animal, Become What You Are, huh? So that's a new one. I have never once heard of this, but it's, you know, it's probably one of those movies that nowadays, like I see basically everything because it's, you know, have that AMC membership. Even if I don't think it'll be good, I will often still sit through it. Okay, so there's that's it. This is Shock with a C. So Transferred Suspense Hypnose. What in the world? Yeah, see, this looks awful. And so this is the kind of movie that I would be there opening day watching, because now, if it looks bad in the right way, yeah, I'm on board. Oh, this is inconvenient. Infinity Pool. So, the original motion picture soundtrack by Tim Hecker. Oh, not Tim Hecker. So, there you go. There's that. And then you can't see it on the back, but if you look at it in the right way. So, actually, I do like this case, or this booklet thing a lot. What do you call these? The slipcover, I guess? Okay, so those were two separate orders, right? Well, those were two orders that I got with things. And I bought enough stuff from these people that I probably could have cashed in on more of these things. But what happened was I would forget that I could, and I didn't feel like emailing customer service to like deal with it. Because at the time, right? Because there were some orders where I'd put it in, like when I bought the Gambit, right? And then my friend said, "Oh, did you get the free vinyls with it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot." So I email customer service. I'm like, "Hey, this is my order number. I forgot to like put the free vinyl thing in the cart." She's like, "Oh, okay. Which one do you want? Like, these are the sets available." I picked one, and that was that. That's how those two worked. These were all just one order, like that first order that I talked about. They just shipped them all separately. And also, I'm not sure why there are 5 boxes, because I feel like there should have only been 4. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm also doing the worst job of getting this out of here. Alright, there we go. Sit this guy there. So one other thing that I have learned recently, vinyls are freaking heavy when you put a whole bunch of them together, because I got a lot of these all at once, and I go to pick up the box and it's just like all the weight. Okay, now I see why this one was its own thing. So that still only somewhat makes sense though. We'll keep it going and see what happens. Oh wow, Tom Halkenborg. Wow, he's one of my favorites. So this is Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? Flip that around. If I was to drop this thing right now, I feel like it would put a hole in the floor. There's some serious weight going on with some of these things. This is a pretty cool look though. Like I like this a fair amount. I can't imagine it being very good, honestly. But yeah, it's got all like the Justice League peoples on it, so there's that. And then whoever that is, what's his name? Is it Darkseid maybe? Not sure who. That's who it kind of looks like, but again, I am not the greatest when it comes to DC stuff, so it may not be him at all. But there's gonna be that. Alright, let's keep this thing moving. I'm thinking about it now. I could have done these all as like separate videos or maybe just done one big live, but nah, what's done is done. This in some ways is easier. I like the lives, I do, but sometimes the quality is just booty and I'm not okay with that. So, oh, now this. See, this is, now we're talking. Mortal Kombat 1. I bought the collector's edition of this twice. I got one for me, one for my brother. On the back side, there's what's going on there. He made a pretty cool video about it, actually, like, just threw something together and posted it on YouTube for me so I could see it. He doesn't really know that I do this. He just knew that that was like the easiest way to send a video to somebody or whatever. So that's what he did. And this is Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. I was just talking about this show at work with somebody. I've never seen Twin Peaks, but they were filling me in on what it is. Because for me, just being a simple-minded Iowa dude, I thought it was like a show about like a ski resort or something, right? Because when I think Twin Peaks, I think like mountains. When I think mountains, I think skiing, right? I don't ski. My brother does. He's like, he works at a ski resort in Vail, right? So he's all about that life. But I didn't know what it was, so I just assumed that. And apparently I was super wrong. So either way, it seems like a pretty alright show, Twin Peaks. So I might want to actually watch that. But I am so far behind on all the shows that I already watched that I don't like to add new shows to the list. I mean, it took me forever to finish Fleabag, and that's like, what, 12 episodes, 30 minutes apiece? Now I'm trying to get through, what's that show with Samoa Joe in it? Twisted Metal, right? Alright, hey, got a winner right off the top. Mate, what? Well, kind of. So, I do like Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. I have no idea what this is, though. Yeah, I don't remember this being a thing, like, at all. But apparently it was, right? And so there's that. And apparently there's some, like, raps on here or something. So, yeah. I'm interested in knowing what's happening with this. However, for me to know what's happening with this, I'm gonna need to get a record player. Oh, see, now we're getting into the doubles. This one right here, we talked about this a little bit ago. So, I don't know, I'll probably give this to like my friend from work, because he's the guy that buys like a lot of the comic book stuff too. So, him being a Batman fan, I think he'll appreciate that. And then this should be God of War, right? That's what I think I remember this thing from. Yeah. It says on the side there. There's, what, God of War Ragnarok? So, okay. Figure that out later. And set this back in here. Alright. Okay. I saw that slipping out, and the only thing that I wanted to make sure it didn't hit was this tripod. Because that light, not a big deal, right? Alright, so, moved along. Keeping this thing going. Because I know this video is going to be going on for a bit, but hey, whatever. You don't have to watch the whole thing, you don't have to watch any of it, right? No one's holding you down, making you do this. I mean, unless they are, in which case your life has taken some turns that you probably brought on yourself, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Up first, we have Dead Ringers. I don't know what's going on with this. Not at all. But it's an interesting look. It's definitely an interesting look. So there's that. Hey, I remember this because we talked about it like in the first pack. So this is going to be Blade Runner. What was it? Blade Runner Black Lotus. So there's a friend of mine at work. I will probably give the second one to her because I feel like this is a thing that she will either know of or at least be interested in, even if she doesn't know about it. So we'll see. We'll see. For anyone that's curious, yeah, a lot of stuff gets given away to random people because it's just easier. So this is Mondo Death Waltz Polyvinyl Chloride Containment Unit. What? I don't even know. I don't know. That's what it is. So there's a picture. I'll show you a picture of the back. So you can do with this whatever you will. So it's Amy Mann. It's Magnolia. I did see like that stuff written all over the boxes, like all the actual mailer boxes. So I guess that's something. And this is Copenhagen Cowboy. It's a Netflix thing. I have never heard of this until right now. Looks like there's a lot of songs on it though. And otherwise, I have no idea what to take from this. So, yeah, there's a lot of... If you ever go to the Mondo website and you look in like their music section, you're going to see all kinds of stuff. What is this? Stranding? Okay. No, Death Stranding. So this is another one, right? Again, I'm not familiar with it. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe that name is familiar. It's a game, so I feel like maybe I've just seen something about it at some point. I don't know. But it looks cool, you're right? Which a lot of vinyl covers do, which is kind of why some people have the collections of them. And then we have Dread. So this one right here, again, another double. So there's another person at work that will probably appreciate this one. So this will likely go to him. So there's that. See, as you watch these things in real time, you get to see me figure out what I'm going to do with this stuff. Alright, so we're going to set this one right here. And now we are on to the last one, which the mail guy, I remember him saying this now when I went to pick this up. The guy in there that I signed for my packages or whatever. He said, like, yeah, this box was kind of opening, but like, I had to try to tape it back up for you. I'm like, alright, whatever, dude. He's like, hopefully everything's good in there. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. You know, very little care, very little. So, this is Mary and the Witch's Flower. That's a new one. On the back, it has this cat that apparently is ready for business, you know? He's just not playing around. Looks very serious, him and his little flowers. So, there's that. Hey, I was just talking about this movie at work the other day. Don't Worry, Darling. It was a very weird ending, but it was a pretty alright movie. So if you saw this, maybe you kind of know what I'm talking about. And now that I look at some of the names on here, I do remember this having some decent music in it. Because it's kind of a dated sort of thing, you know. But yeah, I think it was on Netflix maybe, so check it out if you want to. Russian Doll, seasons 1 and 2. Is that chick from... It looks like the chick from... What was that? Orange is the New Black? You know, the one that was like into heroin or something? Could be. Either way. So, that's what this is. I've heard of this, but I've never actually seen it. And now, again, some of these things do make me want to actually watch this stuff. See, that thing you do? This, I've seen this on their website, like on the Mondo page. I just have no idea what it is. So, there's that. But it does look to have Tom Hanks in it, so that's a plus. I mean, he's a pretty alright dude. Speaking of pretty alright things, another Mortal Kombat. This time Mortal Kombat 3. Is this like the... Oh, well, it's the Ultimate Edition. I was like, this can't be just Mortal Kombat 3, because I remember having that, and I remember it looking different. So yeah, this is the Ultimate Edition. Actually, a friend of mine was just putting up videos of him doing playthroughs of this, because he does a lot of like those retro gaming things, which I watch because it's entertaining. And this is Open Sea, whatever, Death Waltz Originals. So I don't know if this is just like the sounds of water and it's just kind of one of those ambient things or what. If it is, that's actually kind of cool because those things can be pretty nice. I was actually listening to that sort of stuff last night when I was going to sleep because it's, you know, fire up the Sonos and I can just play whatever. And this, the CBGBs, right? What is this? Sounds of Death, Rosemary's Babies. That sounds really familiar. Like visually, not at all. But as I look at it, for some reason I feel like I know something about this. I don't know why. It's almost like some weird deja vu thing kicking in. And then this is, what? Garage Psychedelics? Whatever. Garage Psychedelics? Something like that. So you have this, and this is a pretty cool looking one. I mean, It says Garage Psych and Psych Rock 1965 to 2019 Mondo exclusive orange vinyl. A lot of these will be some kind of exclusives in a way. Whether it's like the color of the vinyl or just the fact that you could only get it from Mondo. Sometimes they release stuff like the Coraline thing. Like a lot of people had Coraline, but only they had like the button eyes one, I think, right? Which I should have got, but I didn't, and now I'm just gonna feel like I missed out later. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you are. That's me opening up all these vinyls and whatnot. Now I'm gonna, gotta go practice some songs with some people in like 2 hours. So I gotta like warm up first, so I don't show up all like unprepared, because right now, fairly unprepared, to be completely honest. Then I'm gonna run around, hopefully, do some miles and something. Later, people.